Don't! No! You! But I want to. I love that bell. I love it. I'm Marilyn Harris.
And I'm Percy Smith.
Welcome to Victoriously Crazy Podcast.
Amen.
It's GrandFan Friday. Woo! We love meeting GrandFans of Andre's grandma and Victoria's and hearing their stories.
That's right.
Today's GrandFan has a very exciting career
Oh, my goodness.
to tell us about. Let's get right to it.
All right.
Welcome, Emma Pietri. 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 I like saying Pietri.
I love when you say my name.
I'm going to say it more, girl.
Get ready.
Yeah. Emma, I understand you and Bennett, our production supervisor, were introduced recently.
Yeah, I was actually at American Idol. I kind of felt like I was in like the VIP section, just because I got to sit with like the families of the contestants.
Nice.
And I actually sat right next to Bennett's mom.
Yeah, that's a VIP for sure. That's Suzanne. She's a very sweet lady.
She is the sweetest, isn't she?
Yeah. Well, every GrandFan has a different story about Victoria's. What do you remember about watching it?
I just remember loving all of the characters. They were just all so energetic and enthusiastic, and it was like a very theatrical, developed show, which I loved because I like coming from someone who was like a theater background. I saw all like the theater tactics. Oh, actually, can we talk about the very first episode?
The pilot?
Yeah. I love being introduced to all the characters. They all brought like the energy that that got me like addicted to each character, and like each character brought its own like favoritism.
Yeah.
Every character just had its own personality, and it was just like hard to pick which one was my favorite. I feel like at the time I related so much to Jade. Just because I loved her edgy style, but at the same time, like I feel like my personality was a mixture of like Victoria and Kat. Oh my god, that Kat!
Yeah. It's been a while.
I knew that was.
How was it working with like all the characters on the show?
Oh, they all were extremely talented and very nice. When they were away from the camera, they were just like any other teenager.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it.
Just like to talk, like to play games, and just fun to be around it. And when it came time for them to work, it was amazing to watch them devour a script, memorize words, act words out. It's really a hard job, to learn all that.
I thought I wanted to be an actress, but I don't know. I just felt like it was a lot for me to handle at the time, like when I was in high school. And then because my major was theater, because I thought I was like, oh, like I want to be an actress.
Right.
And then I minored into filmmaking, and I'm like, wait a minute. I don't want to be in the spotlight anymore. I want to be behind the scenes of everything. So I feel like that's where obviously like the actors are super important, but like I wanted to be the one to create like all the magic behind the scenes and be able to like transfer that over to the screen.
Yeah.
You gotta do what your heart says.
Exactly. Man. We all have different paths, different gifts, and you're blessed that you found it so early, because a lot of kids are in acting and it's not necessarily for them, but the ones that that's their gift, you can tell immediately. They're just so good at it, very comfortable. Exactly.
I know you talked about Jade, so
I love Jade so much. Like I love her as a person. Just I don't know, for me, like I've seen her other work. And I have feel like she's always played one specific role, and then I seen her in the show Dynasty, and I instantly became obsessed with her again. Like she was so good in that show.
Oh yeah. She's got a PhD in meanology. She can be mean. Are you a mean girl? Can you turn that on?
Yeah,
you could tell us. It'll be our secret.
And all the listeners too.
No, like everyone who knows me knows like I'm such a bubbly person. I have like this like I guess like I've been in LA for like almost 3 years now, and I've just started to develop like my new like personality in LA, and now like with my pink hair, like everyone thinks of me as like little Miss Barbie of LA.
I wonder why.
But that's to your advantage, because if they want to think of you that way, then you show them who you really are.
It definitely has its perks, because like
it does.
They see the pink hair and like they definitely will remember me forever.
Yeah.
I try to like have like that good representation of me, so like people do remember me.
You look good in pink. Do you have pink lipstick and pink clothes, pink fingernails?
I mean, actually, I have a French manicure.
Oh, your nails look good.
My outfit's blue, but I did take a class on color theory, so like I don't know, I kind of like accidentally took what I learned from class and like moved that over into like my personal life.
I think I would call that an on purpose.
Accidentally my foot.
It looks good. I love it. Well, you work in entertainment. You live in Los Angeles. Did Victoria's inspire or influence you at all when you made your decision to do that?
Oh, I mean, I've been watching Victoria's since I was like a little kid. So I don't know. I think yeah, like these Nickelodeon shows definitely inspired me to like want to become an actress.
Yeah.
I've been watching Victoria Justice since I was like 8 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
With her on screen. So like it was like nice to like watch her grow up.
Aww.
And like, I think like a lot of the Nickelodeon and Disney shows definitely inspired me to want to be an actress. And I, ever since like when I was like 6 years old, I always wanted to like be in the entertainment business. And even though I strayed my path a little bit, like I still like made it.
You came back. But that's life. You try things, and some things may work, some may not, but it's called experience.
And then I got to meet
called
Bennett.
experience. Yeah.
Definitely like wanting to like move out here to LA. And I like developed a lot of connections out here, did a lot of networking, and then I feel so comfortable where I'm able to like pass along my knowledge onto like other people and help them out too.
Oh. Now that's awesome. And that comes under networking, because once you help someone and you work something through with someone, they never forget. And then if someone comes and say, how do you do this or that? Then they say, oh, I know a girl named Emma with pink hair.
Yeah.
That gets just like.
Crazy, man. And then they meet her, she changed her color.
I know, and then she comes up with blue hair.
Oh no, I could not do blue hair. But like oh my God, I swear every time someone sees me, like I show up with a different hair color just because like
how did I know that?
My pink hair does fade out. Sometimes it'll be like a super light pink, or it'll be blondish because I just didn't upkeep it, or like sometimes I'll just let it go and it'll be like my natural like strawberry like brunette hair.
Oh, that sounds pretty.
It's a lot of like upkeep.
This makes me think of Kat with the red hair. All this talk about Victoria's.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that was her trademark too. Everybody knew her for that.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's all about like, I feel like being in the entertainment industry, I feel like it is about your trademark, and that's how you do get memorized and like remembered.
They call it branding. That's your brand. Yeah, I like that. You're very smart, because some people never learn that it's branding. Is you got to have something to click when someone says, "Oh, Emma Pietri," and you're like, "Oh, the girl with all the pretty color hair," or something like that. Yeah. With me, it's that crazy lady.
Well, I think that's like another thing I like. I don't know. I feel like everything that I learned and I'm doing now, I like low key like picked it up as I was watching these like Disney and Nickelodeon shows. Just because I looked up to like these superstars so much, and I think like I was like low key like taking notes, because that's like I don't realize I'm doing that until like later on, where I'm actually like thinking, oh, like how did I get to this point? So like low
That's
key every
cool.
day I'm subconsciously taking notes from like people I'm seeing, whether it's on TV or I hang around with a lot of older people.
Right, right.
Consciously, I'm always like consciously taking notes and learning from them all the time. And that's the way I think they're the reason why I've become the successful person I am today, is because I've always been taking notes as I go by.
I love
Yeah,
that.
it's called absorption.
Yeah,
Like a sponge.
yeah,
And if it's something that you really like,
that's
you
true.
will be that way.
Yeah,
If you don't like it, you're not gonna remember stuff. You be like, yeah, you remember that?
yeah. And you're growing. You're basically making your journey, your
Yeah.
path. It's like a roadmap. You're saying, do it this way, do it that way. I
That's
love
so
that.
cool.
And
I love that.
I definitely I think like now that we're speaking about this, like I feel like I did take a little bit of something from you. Even like I love watching funny people on TV all the time,
Aw.
and your character was so hilarious.
Well,
Like
thank you.
every time like you was on screen, I would be cracking up.
Yeah,
And I did like know you as Andre's grandma. And I thought your character
Aw,
was hilarious. Are you naturally like that, or was that
yes.
not at all.
I heard two very different answers then.
I know
She's
you
not
did.
acting, Emma.
I do
Oh no,
have a
like
sense of
the
humor.
funny part.
Yeah, I do. I used to actually do stand up comedy under Crazy Cool Grandma. That's my Instagram
Yeah.
handle. I've always had a sense of humor. But I've always seen the funny in things, and it amazed me when I was booked for that show that all I had to do was act crazy, just movements
An
and
easy job for you.
yeah, just it was very easy.
Yeah.
But then again, it wasn't, because you can't do it so much. It's not realistic. You know what I mean? She wasn't psycho. She was just weird, crazy type of a person. So it was interesting. But let's get back to you. This is about you.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing? I remember there was this one scene on one of the episodes where they was having a good show. Like they put on a show, and you were sitting out in the audience, and then you just came up from like below, like from behind the scenes, and just started acting crazy.
That was the pilot.
Yeah.
And I was booked for that one show.
My favorite episode.
Yeah.
What was Jade's boyfriend's name again?
It was Beck.
I like pretended he was like my boyfriend. Like if I could steal, like I would so one up on Jade to like steal him away from her.
Yeah, but Jade might kill you.
Yeah, you might have Beck, but you'd be dead.
Your last thought would be like, I got him, but she killed me.
Yeah, but he was worth it.
He was worth the death. Wow.
Yeah, I would take Kat on my back to like save me.
Yeah, because she was sweet. She'd save anybody. Okay, so here's your next question. You're a video editor, one of the many careers in entertainment. Have you always known you wanted to work in post-production? How did you end up in that field?
Like I said, I always thought I wanted to be an actress. So I went to high school for acting. Like my major was theater. I did some modeling and some like acting commercials when I was little. And then I took an elective in filmmaking, and I was like, oh no, this is what I want to do. And like the class that I was taking was a class for editing. So like that was the number one thing that I learned as soon as I got into film production, was the editing part. And we did focus a lot in post-production, and we did do some film theory, and like my teacher at the time also taught me a little bit about like what it is to be a director, but we mainly focused on post-production work. And then so for my high school senior project, in order to graduate, we had to do like a senior project thing. So I chose to do a whole student film. I was the director, I was the producer, I was the camerawoman, and then I edited it together. And and I was also the script writer as well, which I made the script, and it was based off of a fan fiction book.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had it take place in my high school. It was a lot of work, took about like 5 months to film and edit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ambitious.
Okay.
That's very
It
ambitious.
shows that's in her heart to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
God
go
bless
for
you.
the best.
Thank you. And then I spent one semester at a community college because my dream college that I wanted to get into, so they had like an application. They did have a film department. The college was called Drexel University.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of Drexel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna go to Drexel University, and I got in, but I didn't get into their film program. And their film program at the time was really small, and they were only accepting 63 people out of thousands of people.
That is small.
Yeah. So I just after my first semester at community, I decided to go to Temple University because then I realized that they had the same film program as Drexel does for the co-op, but like for Temple, they did like a LA study way program, which was you go to LA for a whole semester and you finish up your classes, like you take your semester classes as well as taking on internships. So I came out here fully funded by myself. I worked really hard. I worked 3 jobs. I did an internship every year, and I was taking my classes as well. Plus, I was also doing film projects on the side as well, like during my time in college. So I did have some money saved up for LA for the semester. I paid for like housing boarding by myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's passion right
She's
there.
awesome. She's awesome.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And then so I came out here. I got accepted to 2 internships before getting accepted. Hold on, my dog's crying.
Oh, you better tend to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We don't mind seeing your dog. We love dogs.
Okay. Come here. This is my little Romeo.
Oh, how
Oh my
That
gosh.
is the one with the
Poodle.
whiskers.
I know. What's doggy's name?
It's Romeo.
Romeo?
Yeah.
Oh, girl, you want to tell us something?
Oh no, like that was just like the name that I like.
I
So,
love it.
The original owners that I got him from was like this small family, and they named him Ricky, and I'm like, no. So like the closest thing that I could come up with an R was Romeo.
I like
Plus,
it.
I did have a previous dog. Her name was Julietta.
Oh, it matches. Yeah.
Okay, so back to my LA story. I took on 2 internships.
Wow.
Yeah, one was by the beach and the other one was in Hollywood. I was post PA on both internships, and then I was also taking classes as well.
Wow.
I admire you. I mean, that's such a heavy load.
Yeah, but she's doing what
I
she
feel
likes,
like I don't know, my energy, like I have so much of this, like I need to like fulfill like my time with things to do. Otherwise, I'm like bored out of my mind. Like I don't know what it is. I don't think I have ADHD, but like I just need
You have ambition.
it's all dry.
Yeah.
Like I had a vision of my life and I was gonna work hard to get where I wanted to be.
That's how you gotta do
Like
it.
I worked and went to school 6 days a week, and then Sundays were like my self-care days.
Yeah.
And then I was doing that for 3 months straight before the pandemic happened.
And that changed everything, I'm
That
sure.
changed everything. I got laid off from both of my jobs, like my internships. So one of them was paid. So that like I saved up everything that I got from that paid internship, and I just saved it just like for an emergency. And an emergency did happen because COVID came. And everyone that I came out to LA with went back home to the East Coast. And I was like, no, like there's nothing for me in Philadelphia. Nothing. I know this is where I'm meant to be. I worked really hard to get here.
Oh.
And I feel like
That's why you were saving that money, huh?
yes. I felt like if I went back
Yeah.
home, I would have to start all over to get back to LA.
Yeah, and all the haters would be, "Oh, you're back." You know?
Didn't make it. Huh?
You know how people
I
are.
stayed in LA during the pandemic, and I got
Good
an
for
apartment
you.
here, my very first apartment. And I've been grinding like really, really hard ever since. Like that's just been like my mindset, was just to keep on working and work really, really hard. And the harder that I worked, the more connections I made. And I just went up the ladder, and I've been so happy here. I'm a little envious of the people who were born here because they got to start their careers a little early. If I had the opportunity to be born here or like come here when I was little, I don't know where I would be. I think I would be somewhere even like higher than I am now.
You'd be an executive or something. For sure. Yeah, scouting out movies.
I was an associate producer for the Kelly Clarkson show.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a question about that. So let's get back to the questions. Here, ask this one.
Were there any shows or movies that inspired you besides Victorious?
I've always been. Oh, actually, okay. I can answer that question directly. So when I was little, I was always obsessed with horror movies and action movies. And I feel like that was my inspiration to wanting to become an editor, was because like, I don't know, it was something about like the way it was edited. Ever since I was little, I always had that mindset, like, oh, like what's actually happening behind the scenes. Like I always had that mindset like growing up. So like that always drove my desire towards filmmaking and being in the industry ever since then.
So when Freddy Krueger would stick someone with those long fingers, you wanted to know, did he like blow the blood off, or
I would actually look up the behind the scenes videos on YouTube for like the Grudge movies and all that.
Oh yeah, those scare me. Yeah.
Like, oh,
and I loved so much the Marvel movies.
Yes.
I loved the VFX in those so much. So I was like, I want to do that. And like my family thought like, oh, like she wants to do broadcasting. I'm like, no, I want to do like the movie.
They thought you were gonna be a weather girl, huh?
Yeah. Like my family and my friends, they never really understood like the movie business and like the direction that I was like wanting to go towards into. And now they actually see me as like a successful person, and they're like really, really impressed.
I'm impressed, and I don't know you.
Yeah. I wish I had stuck with her.
I know.
Dang.
I gotta go out and do something now. It's like...
Okay, you went to film school, and before we talk about college, were there any experiences that helped you learn about filmmaking?
So I guess like low key, like I was like every single night, well, not every single night. So growing up, we would have like family movie nights every single Friday. We would watch like movies and order pizza and wings and all that right after school like Friday night. It was the best. And in high school, like during my theater classes, we would like watch a lot of films and have to like study, like we would do like a lot of like a film theory in my theater class, and just having to like I guess I was like learning all that like at a really young age with like film theory. Yeah. And I like went into my filmmaking minor, and we focused on that heavily. And then college was even more like learned.
So you mentioned Temple University. Did you not get into their filmmaking and you stayed, or you went somewhere else? Or...
So for Drexel, I didn't get accepted. I didn't get accepted to their film program. So I went to Temple University instead. And it was nice because I got to like have like the part of my little bit of party life that I wanted to have with like I wanted to like experience the college life. So I got to have social time. And I got to like focus on like my studies, which was film production and editing. And then I also got to like focus, like make some money on the side too.
Good for you. Did you have a favorite when you were taking these studies? What did you like writing scripts, being on set, directing? Was that covered?
So with my like student projects that I helped out with, everyone was like PA. I mean, I didn't want to do camera work. But like if needed, I would definitely like fill that role. Because I did also take a camera class. So like I knew what I was doing.
Right.
But I mainly focused on wanting to like work on my editing reel. So like a lot of the time I was the assistant editor on these short projects or the editor. And I worked on a ton of documentaries and I did 2 short films.
That's nice.
And then as an intern, I did a lot of commercial work.
So how did you get your internships?
Yeah.
Okay. So for this one internship it was in Center City, Philly. I literally had like my resume cleaned up. This was like before, I don't know, I guess I was like a little bit of like old school.
Uh-huh.
This was like before things got like more strict with
Right.
like getting accepted to things. So I did the old school thing where I literally went to the like it was called a Center City. Oh my god, I forget the name of it, but I literally went to the post house in Center City to drop off my resume and have a chat to whoever was in charge of the internship program. And like before I got to like talk to the director, I even called them and asked, oh, like, do you guys have like internship opportunities over the summer? And they said, yeah. So I like the very next day I dropped off my resume and I got to speak with the director and she gave me a tour of the building. And then I think it was like a few weeks later, she called me up and she was really impressed by my resume. So like that was like the kind of like ways I would like find my internships was by like looking online, like where can I find these businesses?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would directly go to those buildings and ask to talk to whoever's in charge of these programs. And I would like really impress them like on the spot.
Yeah,
like
like
a lot of the
that.
times they would give me on the spot interviews.
Because you went down there.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's that simple.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And people love that thirst when you come in and like, hire me.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just like sometimes it sucks now because nowadays they're like, please do not call us about your status.
People are mean now.
Yeah,
They're
you got
mean.
past all that.
Yeah, but you might get the right one. You might get a nice one.
I feel like now it's a lot about networking and who you know now.
Especially with social media.
Yeah. So number 11 question. I know it seems like a lot.
Yeah, you're almost done.
You've worked at big companies like Amazon and Viacom. Do you want to tell us about any of your positions at those companies?
Yeah, so because it was the pandemic, I just had to adapt to my situation because I still needed to make money and I still needed to grind just because like we were on lockdown doesn't mean I'm just gonna sit around and do nothing. I'm like, no, like I'm still gonna work hard and get where I want to be. So even though like the post houses weren't hiring and everyone was work from home, I chose to take a different route temporarily and work on set. So I would be networking on LinkedIn. I would contact my friends and see who they knew to give me like names so that I can reach out to them. I even did like a crazy thing and I made connections that way. Do you want to hear about it?
Of course. You can't leave us hanging. I bet it involves a video and social media.
It does involve social media.
All right.
So a lot of the time, like people were going on dating apps.
Uh-huh.
I didn't go on dating apps just to look for hookups or anything. No, I went on dating apps to go networking.
And get a job.
Exactly.
There you go.
Amazing.
Like, who does that? No,
Yeah.
just
You.
Oh, Emma does that.
I love it.
Emma,
I
who does
had
that? Emma.
a motive, and my motive was real strong. I needed a job.
Work it, girl. I like her motivation, man.
I found this guy that we matched. I did not find him attractive at all. He was not my type, not a single bit, but I literally just played into it just so
Yeah.
he would like me.
Oh, so she played him.
He worked at Universal, so I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
gotta like finesse this guy.
I like it. So when you were looking at their profile, you were looking for someone that worked like in something relating to entertainment.
So that's where I got started at working.
Girl, you
I
got
mean,
focus. I
That's
love
like
it.
that was like my first like in while I was in LA. Like I don't know, for some reason, like before I moved to LA, I did get a job at two big companies.
Uh-huh.
They were really huge post houses, and one of them was a famous woman. Her name is Hannah Lux Davis. She's a famous music director for music. Oh my gosh, right, I can't speak. She's a famous director for music videos. She
Uh-huh.
directed music videos for Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato,
Oh wow.
Meghan Trainor, Nicki Minaj, all those big pop stars. I actually like messaged her on Instagram just because I was such a huge fan of her work, and she asked me to come work for her.
Oh
like,
my God.
That's how I got my first job in LA before coming to LA. I was still on
Wow.
the East Coast, and
Love
she
that.
asked me to come work for her. I was like, yes.
Okay.
And then I was before and then my second job, I was supposed to work for Sony Pictures, but
Mhm.
they took way too long to get back to me
Yeah.
for my final interview with them. So
Yeah.
I accepted another position with another post house in Hollywood called Light Iron. And they were more than happy to have me, and they wanted to like have me make my decision right away. So I was like, okay, I'll just go.
Yeah. I love that. And I bet Sony got in touch with you after you accepted another
Yeah.
position.
Unfortunately, I got laid off from those post houses, but like as I was like in LA, like I was on Tinder, like talking to that guy. He actually got me a job working for Amazon Studios. And he
Nice.
told me if I do well on this one show, he'll get me onto this show for Star Trek. And
Nice.
yeah, the producers of Amazon like got back to this guy from Tinder and like told him nothing but good things about me. Like
Aw.
they were like happy to have me, and I did a really good job on this show, and that they even had me featured in their show as an actor, as a background actor. So
Oh my goodness.
I'm even in the TV show as well. So as promised, this guy got me into working for Star Trek. And I was working for Star Trek for about 10 months.
Wow.
Wow. Do you think that would work for me?
Anything's possible.
Oh, she's such a sweetheart. She says anything is possible. I don't think that's possible.
Get on Tinder.
I admire you because
Awesome.
you have to network where you can network, how you can network. And that's the whole lifeblood of this city is networking.
And she's not afraid to ask questions.
I love that.
Go for it. That's like, that should be a t-shirt of her. Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell people exactly what I want. And if they're able to help, I will stick around and see what they can offer. If not, if they can't help me, I will go off on like my own way and
you have
find
to move
another
on.
way to figure out like how can I get what I want. Yeah. I don't take no as an answer.
Ooh.
And I will figure out other
like
ways
it.
to get what I want.
And you do learn something from every experience. You get a little nugget of information. Mm-hmm. So you end up learning something. It may not be enough for you to accomplish what you're going after, but you do learn something. Yeah. So like it's great.
Like I don't like working on set just because you do have to wake up really, really early and it's a lot of work and it's super long hours. Mm-hmm. That's why I loved post-production so much. Oh, and like I'm like such a tech nerd. Like I need to be doing something with tech and like softwares. So I don't know, like the post was definitely for
That's
me.
you.
That was
That's you.
my
Wow.
area.
Wow.
Working on set was really hard. It's a lot of
Mhm.
hard work working on
Oh,
set.
it is.
Man.
I appreciate so much for everyone who does work on set, even the actors. They work so hard, like literally every single
Yeah.
person.
Oh, yeah.
It
Wardrobes,
is.
hard workers, makeup,
Makeup.
everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't necessarily want it to be working on set, but I made it work.
Yeah.
I made a lot of connections on set, and the times where I got bored on set, I was like, I don't want to be like losing my focus on what I
Or your
want.
edge.
There you
Yeah.
Yeah.
go.
And I
Yeah.
worked really hard in school, which I did pay for. Like I
Yeah.
pay a lot of money to go to college. So I was like, I don't want to like
Waste your money.
yeah, I didn't want college to be such a waste on the skills that I focused so hard on just to go to waste.
Wow.
It was
Because
an
like on set,
investment into yourself.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because on set, I wasn't doing any editing on set. I was a production assistant, so I was doing a
Yeah.
lot of running around and
Yeah.
doing
Getting
whatever.
coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was doing whatever somebody was telling me to do.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a grunt type of a job, but it's a level that you can go to from there depending on how well
yeah, you can
you deal
definitely take
with
that
it.
as your base and then move where you want to go. So that's exactly what my motive was. So I would be I got to meet every single person on set.
I
'Cause
like that.
I was the very first person that everyone saw on set, because they had to like check in with me. So I got to
Uh-huh.
speak with every single person on set, and I got to like befriend everyone on set. So
Yeah.
I got to know a lot of them and what they do. So I got really close to the camera people on that show for Star Trek, and I would be asking them, are you working on any side projects? Oh, it was camera work people, and like any directors or producers I would be speaking to. A lot of people were doing side projects on top of their main job. So I was like, I don't know, can you like help me get like work on your projects if you're working on any? So they would like, oh, and then like my friends that I did make on set, like they would tell everyone that I'm like trying to be an editor and everything. So eventually I would be working on like the cameramen's like side commercials.
Uh-huh.
So I was doing a lot of that during my downtime on set. I was editing on set. So I got to do a lot of commercials on the side as an editor and a colorist.
Ooh.
I love your
A lot. I
initiative.
did a lot. So I was still working on Star Trek, but like the season was coming to an end, and they was really overworking me because I would have to be on set at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
And sometimes I wouldn't leave set until like 6:30 at night. So me and my friend, during our downtime, we would be applying for jobs for like other
Yeah.
jobs because she wanted to be an actress, so she wanted to get more acting work, and I didn't want to lose focus on my path in post-production. So I was like, this is like the time, like I need to start like pushing myself to like get back into post-production. So during my downtime, I was applying for jobs, and I was interviewing while on set.
Yeah.
Cause like I would literally be stuck in a trailer the entire day. I was not allowed to leave the trailer.
Yeah. I know the story.
Yeah, I would be in my trailer by myself. So I'd be like doing all the work or interviewing in the trailer. So then one day towards the end of the summer, I got accepted at this company to work for the Kelly Clarkson show in the
Nice.
post-production division. And
Wow.
it all
All
started.
right.
I finally got back. Oh my gosh, I finally got back into post-production finally.
I love that about
I feel
you.
like right now it's been hard because like we are on a writer's strike,
I
Hey.
and
know.
a lot of
I
people
know.
are out of jobs right now.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to working more than one job. Like ever since college, I've always been
Yeah.
doing more than one thing at a time. So right now I'm only doing one thing, and I'm just like, what could I be doing right now? So
Yeah.
during
Well,
this time, I've
you're
been doing a
doing
lot.
this right now. You're doing this right now.
I've been doing
That's a
so
good
much
answer.
networking. I've been catching up to like my old So like the people that I've networked with, I've been
Yes.
catching up with them and like having little chit chats with them and coffee and little outings with them, just staying in contact with them.
Cool.
And I've been doing other things that I've always wanted to do. I
That's
love
smart.
LA so much. Like Bennett, when you get out here, you're gonna love it so much.
Yeah, it's a lot to do in Los Angeles, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like endless. Every single weekend, I've been going to the beach. I've been discovering new things. Like
Yeah.
it's like so much for me to even list. Like
are you going back on Tinder?
I've been having too much fun right now.
I'm just teasing you. You're so sweet.
Did there, done that.
I know. Say that's in the past.
I don't even need Tinder anymore. I have people working hard for me now.
Right.
I literally have people sending out my name for me now.
Oh my God.
I've been to the Oscars. I've been to other award shows. I've been just trying to experience it all and just be able to
soak it up.
All of it.
Beautiful. And it gives you a different perspective because you are in this business. So that is good for you to be able to have that reference to look back on when you get ready to do your thing. You know what I mean?
I tell myself I'm literally living my childhood dreams. Like I even make sure I take the time to like check off my mini self's bucket list. Like I've been to the Montana house. Oh my God, you have no idea how many times where I would drive past Burbank High School and I would literally be fangirling. That was where Victorious was filmed at. And it's just like those little things I would literally be fangirling about just because like that was like my
so
childhood.
Cool. Yeah, I wish the studio on Sunset was still there. It's you know, that would have been a great place to go by and check out. So since we're all in show business, we wanted to know, do you have any questions for us? Anything you'd like to ask us about before we wrap it up?
What is your life like now?
It's the life of an old lady. No, we're both actors. We both audition. We've done other work. We're most well known for Victorious, but we've done commercials and TV shows and different things like that. We're on social media. I love fans of the show. I call them GrandFans because Grand is grandma, fans is fans of the show. And when we decided to do the podcast, we specifically wanted to hear from GrandFans like you.
Like you, for sure.
Like you. All of you have been amazing. Yeah.
I think you guys are so amazing.
And well, thank you. And you've done more than most people do in their whole life.
If you could bottle ambition and sell it, you would be a billionaire. You have so much drive and so much ambition.
Yes, I will find a way to.
And now that you have
find a way.
Time, you should start writing down everything you've done and write a book.
You could possibly even do web master classes on how to hustle, how to reach your goal, how to not give up, how to think outside the box. You have all those qualities, and you are a networking queen.
Yes,
No, call it Net Queen.
Actually, you said something I think that's really important, which is when you said follow up with people from the past, because I feel like that's something that can be really critical when you're looking for the next thing. You never know if you catch up with somebody, what opportunities that they might have for you.
Exactly. I literally had someone who's really big in the post house world. I had a phone call with him not too long ago. He did remind me to like still stay in contact with the people that I know, just so that like when I'm out of a job, I'm not then contacting these people and asking them for a job. Like you want to have a good relationship with these people so that when the position becomes available, they automatically think of you.
Exactly. It's like borrowing money. Don't wait until you're broke to call for the money.
Yeah, that's brilliant advice.
Work them up. Call them and be like... be in touch.
I really took my old I'm still like friends with my coworkers and like the people that I've been connected with. So like not too long ago I went to I go to a lot of events. So I did take one of my former coworkers out with me and she had so much fun.
Yeah, it probably blew her mind.
Yeah.
You know.
Imagine being
Yeah.
around you. She probably had a whole bunch of fun.
Yeah,
And
she probably looked
like,
at you in a
like
different
the,
way.
yeah,
She's
likes
like,
to laugh and
"This is Emma's world."
and that's it's good to be around people who are.
Oh,
like
and then
that.
this past weekend, I got to meet Khloe Kardashian and her best friend Malika. Oh, and then I also got to meet her twin sister, and I got to hang out with
Wow.
them at this event over here. It's in the like Topanga area.
Oh yeah, we know where that
So
is.
they had an event at a gym that they were sponsoring.
Cool.
We're gonna have to watch TMZ and see if we see
We're
you.
gonna see her. We're gonna see her.
I'm always like looking for people to come with me.
Yeah, that's networking.
That's
That's
right, baby.
networking. Is there any social media info you want to share for the listeners and watchers in case they want to get in touch with you? Or?
So I do have 2 Instagram accounts. One of them is my personal account, which definitely has more of like my branding side of me. And that is, you can follow me on Instagram at Dolce Pietri. And a lot of people do get this mixed up, but it's DOLCE. Last name Pietri, Pietri. And then if you want to follow me more about like my film side, I do have like a film journey account that I like to post about like my film work and what I'm doing in LA. And with that account, you can follow me on Pietri Productions
Nice.
Instagram. So like when I was younger, I had a dream about like having my own post house. I thought maybe I could be like a videographer or like you know, like hire my own people for projects and just have like my own post house. But then I came to realize it's a lot of work, but like I think I'll get there one day.
You will.
One day.
Yeah,
You
you're
will.
A boss. You're a
Yeah.
boss.
By the
You're a
end of the
boss.
year, it's like
She's a boss.
So like that, I don't know. I came up with the name Pietri Production because I was like, that would be like my name. And that works.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
my Instagram.
I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for joining
you,
us,
Emma.
Emma. Thank you for all the fun information that you gave us. This has been a great podcast.
Awesome.
You are the most interesting guest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So
your
I'm
drive.
always trying to have like a good time wherever I'm at.
You can
I
tell.
love that. I love that. Well, you can find Victoriously Crazy on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
That's right.
Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment. We especially like the comments, right, Percy?
Yeah. Keep it clean.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do an act out with you because I like your personality and I like your drive and all that. So I think we'll do an act out with Emma. I think I'm going to do a scenario where I'm on the phone and I'm trying to reach Pietri Productions. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Roll.
I need to call Pietri Productions. Hello? Is this Emma Pietri?
This is Emma.
No, it isn't. Put Emma on the phone and put her on the phone now.
This is her.
I believe you. Wait a minute. My phone. It turned into a spaceman that want to eat my carrots. No, you can't. I like carrots. What the? Ooh, that was close. That spaceman almost got my carrots. And if it came from my cucumbers, it was going to be some trouble.
Oh no.
I need a job. Can you help me?
Yeah, for sure. If you can just send over your resume.
Resume? I like carrots. I like cucumbers. And I like the name Emma. That ain't enough? I need a job. I need skills.
Maybe we can hire you as a receptionist.
I don't
Or
like talking
client
on the
services.
phone. I do not like talking on the phone. I need some carrots. I need them.
Maybe help out with the kitchen.
Cucumbers? Do you have? Put them together and we will have a deal. Cucumbers and carrots.
No. Our workers always need
What?
snacks.
Don't say work. I don't want to work. I just need a job so I get a check. You want me to work? Who am I talking to? Isn't this Pietri Productions? Don't you produce carrots and cucumbers and give me a check with it?
I think you got the wrong number.
Oh, I thought so. I got the wrong number.
Say